Beautiful day in Humboldt County, California. Doing a review of the Jump Manual program. The Jump Manual is one of the most popular jump dunk training programs that's out there, and I was recently given a link to it to check it out from a viewer, so thank you for that. So I'm going to review it. I went through it, and there's some ideas I really like, some ideas I really don't like. So talk about the good and the bad. First of all, I'll talk about the good. If you are interested in learning to jump higher in the short term, if you're interested in increasing your vertical in the short term, it seems to be a pretty good resource. To give you a summation of the information in there, it's basically do exercises that mimic the jump motion, explosive plyometric exercises, and lifting heavy, 85% 1 rep maximum type exercises, and spam a lot of protein after your workouts to feed the muscles for muscle growth, and eat clean, good food. And theoretically, you will grow your muscles for jumping and train your muscles to jump higher. And it's a lot of people, that's a pretty common way to train for jumping. So I think that portion of it works. Fucking airplanes, man. Even outside of the city. I don't know if you can even see the planes. See that plane, but the noise is irritating. Anyways, that's the good of it. It will help you jump higher in the short term. However, I couldn't recommend it as a standalone program. I think it works better as a complementary program to a more sustainable training method, because if you just want to jump higher, you need to learn how to safely land from that height. For instance, if you have a 40-inch vertical, which this program could help you get, when you're landing from 40 inches, you're looking at 4.5 times your body weight, meters per second of force when you hit the ground, and you need to train specifically for that in order for that to be a sustainable movement. Otherwise, you're going to get injured and you're going to lose your vert, and it's all for nothing. The Jump Manual itself has zero discussion of landing technique or landing training, which is why it's a complementary thing in my opinion. So yeah, definitely train for landing and train to stabilize, decelerate. Massive forces will help you keep those hard-earned vertical inches that you've trained hard for. More things that I don't like. So at the very beginning, why are there so many planes? There's another one. Anyways, at the very beginning, there's a disclaimer about injury, and there's a few things in there that set the tone for the whole thing. It's basically not scientific. It says this is the way it is, and that's that, or kind of this worked for me, thus this is how it works. And you can do things wrong and still jump really high, so we need to be scientific. For starters, talk about ankle braces. He recommends you get and wear ankle braces to prevent from ankle sprains. I would instead recommend that you learn how to naturally brace your ankles through a process that's becoming known as hyperarch mechanism. Basically, you just create an arch and you lock the ankle up and it's not going to sprain. I personally prefer low tops because I don't think that full, and this is what I think, I don't think that full, and I'm saying this is what I think, I'm not saying this is the way it is. Full mobility just cannot hurt you, you know? Because if you have control of your feet and your body in the right way, you're not going to go into these unnatural, dangerous positions. But if you're locking your ankles up manually through braces, you're losing out on natural range of motion that can help you, and you're weakening your ability to naturally brace your ankles from sprains, so you're probably becoming dependent on ankle braces. So I would recommend instead training your feet and ditching the braces. Last thing, and this is totally unscientific, is it recommends icing without any description of how to ice, when to ice, what kind of temperature to use. You know, and if you go on Google and you look up the scientific overview of the research available on icing, doesn't work, and it's not debatable, and it's not even controversial. I've done 4 or 5 videos on this, and just look at the research for yourself. It's conclusive in that it doesn't work. So to say in an introduction that this is the way it is without really like looking at the scientific research throws the whole thing into question for me. So those are things I don't like about it. Doesn't take into account landing. Recommends manual ankle braces instead of instead of foot training, and recommends icing when the science says it doesn't really work. However, again, there's some good stuff in there. If you want to just straight up jump higher in the short term, it's good, and my training is kind of similar to some stuff in there. I mimic jump movements with heavy weight and explosive, and try to eat protein after, which I'm not even sure if that's scientific, but people swear by it, and it can't necessarily hurt, so I'm doing it. Eating clean and all that. So some overall review, there's some good things in it. I wouldn't recommend it as an entire program, but check it out. There's some good stuff in it. And that's my jump manual review. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions about material that's in there or anything like that, happy to answer them. So peace, happy jumping.